Welcome to the deep dive.
Glad to be here.
Today we're looking at something pretty serious, a new paper just out, arguing the H-1B visa lottery isn't just flawed, it's actually a, quote, national security vulnerability.
That's a strong claim. The idea that a visa program could directly impact security and our tech leadership.
Exactly. So our mission today is to unpack why the paper says this and then really get into this proposed fix, the merit-centric investment model, or MCIM. Could it actually turn things around?
Right. We need to understand the core problem first. Why call a lottery a security risk? The paper connects the randomness directly to, well, negative impacts on the U.S. tech edge.
Okay, so how does that work? The paper says this randomness basically starves key areas like AI, quantum defense programs of the talent they need. And worse, it suggests the system helps low-trust, low-wage outsourcing pipelines. How does it back that up? Are there examples?
Oh, definitely. Concrete examples. The paper cites, for instance, the DARPA Quantum Benchmarking Program. Key milestones delayed 9 months. Why? They couldn't get the specific H1B hires they needed through the lottery.
9 months in quantum. That's significant.
It is. And another one, the NSA's post-quantum cryptography team. They actually had to postpone field testing, lost half the H1B people they were trying to hire. These aren't, minor inconveniences.
No, clearly not. Beyond these project delays, what other sort of systemic problems does the paper point to with the current H-1B lottery?
Well, it talks about a race to the bottom on wages, specifically level I wages, so entry-level roles. They actually dropped 6% in real terms between fiscal 2019 and 2024.
Wow, even as tech boomed.
Right. And then there's the security angle, the attack surface, as they put it. The paper links 37 malicious insider incidents directly to H-1B holders who came through these complex multi-layer staffing agency chains.
37. That's concerning. Okay, so the problems are laid out delays, wage issues, actual security incidents. What's the proposed fix, this MCIM?
Right, the merit-centric investment model. The core idea is simple. Replace randomness with a transparent point system. Merit over luck.
Okay. How would the points work?
It has a few key parts. First, weighting based on the prevailing wage tier. It's exponential, so a higher wage offer gets way more points. A level 4V offer, top skill level, basically outranks a level I offer 27 to 1.
27 to 1. So that strongly pushes towards higher skilled, higher paid roles. What else?
Second, there's an origin proportionality bonus. This is designed to prevent any single country from completely dominating the visa pool, ensure some diversity.
Interesting. And I saw something about scholarships, a U.S. STEM scholarship multiplier. That sounds different.
It really is. It's about leveraging private money. If a company pledges one full ride, 4-year U.S. STEM scholarship for each H-1B visa they're applying for, they double the score for that H-1B registration. It's a powerful incentive to invest in domestic talent development.
Double the score? That's huge. So companies could boost their chances by funding scholarships. Is there anything specifically for national security sectors?
Yes, absolutely. There's a National Security Council talent multiplier. This gives extra weight to visas for sectors the NSC designates as critical think AI, safety, quantum semiconductors, cutting edge. And DHS could adjust this weighting each year.
So adaptable to changing needs. Okay, they've simulated this, right? What do the projections show if MCIM were actually used?
The simulations are pretty striking. Based on FY 2022-24 data, they project about 70% of H-1B visas would shift to these security-critical high-wage roles. That's tier A roles jumping from 12% up to 78%.
Wow, a massive shift. What about those lower-wage outsourcing pipelines mentioned earlier?
The model projects it basically eliminates approvals for what they call tier D, the bulk outsourcing firms, down from roughly 50% of visas currently to essentially zero under MCIM.
Zero. Okay, and the scholarship part, does it project significant investment?
Yeah, quite significant. Around $19 billion in private STEM investment over 5 years. That translates to funding for about 27,400 full-ride scholarships.
$19 billion. That's a lot of private funding unlocked. What about salaries and the security side?
The mean salary for approved visas is projected to jump significantly from around $89K to $138K. And it even suggests a small boost for domestic-level software wages, maybe $3,600 or about 4.1%.
So potential benefits for domestic workers, too. And the insider threat issue.
A projected 63% reduction in those H-1B-linked insider events. And crucially, the paper stresses this is all achievable at, quote, zero taxpayer cost and is Pareto optimal, meaning it aims to make things better without making any group worse off.
Zero taxpayer cost.
Yeah.
That's always appealing. So how feasible is this? Does Congress need to pass a new law?
Actually, no. The paper argues very strongly that the Department of Homeland Security, DHS, can implement MCIM right now under existing legal authority. 8 U.S.C. Section 1184 specifically.
So it's regulatory, not statutory.
Exactly. They estimate it could be fully up and running within about a year after the final rule is published. No legislative battle needed.
Okay, so this deep dive really shows a potential path to shift the H1B from what the paper calls a vulnerability into maybe a strategic asset for innovation and security here in the U.S.
It certainly presents a compelling case for change. And maybe the final thought for you, our listener, is this. Here's a proposed upgrade, described as fiscally neutral, addressing clear talent and security gaps.
Mm-hmm.
If something like this isn't adopted, especially now with global competition being so fierce, what does that really mean for the U.S. edge in tech and defense down the road? Something to really consider.